Hey guys, up here today we're playing some more Full again. One video a day so far, trying to keep the streak on going. So yeah, today we'll be playing some control deck. I know in this economy, right? Kind of difficult to play a control deck, but I'm pretty happy about this one. So basically, a brief story about this is that Imperial Alliance is one of my favorite cards ever. I love the design on this card. It's really cool. And since it came out in Eldraine, I think it was legal each season, at least each season that I played, that I remember playing in Penny Dreadful. So I tried always to try to build around it, and yeah, we end up with a kind of an EZ kind of build that uses a lot of different ways of drawing cards. So basically, each time you draw your second card, you create a fairy. So it doesn't require that much work to make this into a bitter blossom that doesn't hit you. And sometimes it can be even better if you can trigger it in your opponent's turn, and it's going to be like, you know, two fairies each turn if you can do that. So we base around this card and we try to play the control game with this as a very difficult to interact threats and other threats. In the threat slot, we have also Spray Dragon, amazing card. Each time we cast a non-creature spell, we put a counter on it, and it has Flame and Haste. Haste is not that relevant in this deck. It's not that we are super aggressive, but having like a 2 mana 5/5 flyer is going to be awesome. It kind of plays that role of a board presence, big creature that can block and gain time or pressure your opponent, so they have to respond to this, and in a control deck, sometimes having a cheap threat can be very useful, especially if it can block well, like this card. For example, Devil of Secrets could more or less fit the same role, but doesn't really block that well. And even though it can kill more or less at the same speed as Sprite Dragon, you could say, Sprite Dragon can block better, so it plays a better role in the control deck. Then the last of our threats or permanent threats is Ironcrag Pyromancer. I love this card so much. This is similar to Imperial Alliance triggers when you draw your second card, and when you do, it's a free bolt. So if you can play this and untap with it, normally you play this, try to trigger right away, and then try to trigger each turn. That means a bolt each turn that can do a lot of work to make board control. It's also all 4, so it can block sometimes. So this is basically like a way of controlling the board while applying pressure, and doesn't require you to spend mana on it. Like you could put, for example, Grim Lava Master in the same slot, but that doesn't block that well, doesn't do much else, and it uses your mana. Even though it's just 1 mana in this deck, is really important. And the rest of our threats is one commence the endgame. This is a kind of a trump card against control. It can be countered, draws 2 cards, so even if they kill the threat, we still end up like really high in exchange. So that's why it's there. Also, it's an instant, so we can trigger our things instant speed since it draws 2 cards. And those are our threats basically. And for that we have also a suite of removal and counter spells. We have Iser Charm, which does both things, and also can loot, draws 2 cards, discard 2 cards. That can be very useful against to trigger our things and loot away some lands that we have extra. Also has the mode of like Spell Pierce and Shock, which can be really useful. Normally you don't want like a lot of those effects in your deck, but having this as a flexible slot is really nice. Entrancing Melody, another kind of interesting removal spells, if you will. This can remove like bigger blockers from our opponent, or bigger attackers from our opponent, or just like combo pieces or things like that. And this is playing the slot of Bedalkan Shackles, which I don't want to play because I don't have that many islands, and this doesn't require you to play islands. And I believe this is going to prove its worth. Yeah. And Flame Slash is just the very efficient bolt. We could play like Chain Lightning in this slot, but we don't care about uh, hitting our opponent. We prefer to have the answer to bigger threats, like Obstinate Bailouts, that kind of stuff, or Luxon Smiters. Then we have counter spells. We have 4 OG counter spell, and we have 3 divided by 0. Byte by Zero, I've been very impressed with this card. It's weird, right? It's like an unsubstantiate that can't target tokens, basically. That's the design of this card, more or less. And what we are going to do with this is to either counter or like gain tempo against our opponent while learning, or like use it as a pseudo removal spell. So the idea of divide by zero is to fill the slot of repeal, for example, or spells like that. And additionally, learn, you can use it to loot. So if you already drew a card in that turn, you can loot away one of your cards in hand. And with that, you trigger your things too. So it has some synergies. And we have a wishboard that we are going to show when we look at this sideboard. But it's more or less fine, the wishboard, so that's cool. And one spell pierce because there is a lot of combo going around as always. And then we have a lot of card draw. We have Archon's Astrolabe, fixes our mana, draws cards, awesome card. Decktech and Pro gives us a lot of free information, and it can help trigger things the turn they came out, if that's relevant. I know that what you think, right? Paying 2 life when you're playing a control deck is kind of not great, but that's fine. I don't believe there is that much aggressive decks in the format. That's why we are like scheming on removal spells. And Decktech and Pro is also a way of triggering stuff. So maybe like if you make a fairy, right, the turn you play Pro and then you champ block a 3/3, then it actually gains you life, right? And having extra information, I think with this kind of deck, you gain a lot of you can figure out a plan that works against your opponent. So for example, say you have like a counter spell and an interesting melody, and you don't know if you want to hold counter spell on or use the interesting melody. So with that and Bro just solve that problem for you, and that's kind of invaluable in my opinion. Then we have Ponder, just an amazing card. We don't have much ways of shuffling our library, but just a 1 mana cantrip is fine. We could replace this with other 1 mana cantrips. There is like Consider, which is another consideration, or Opt. I'm not in love with those cards. I think Ponder is a bit better even if you don't have shuffle effects. Just the selection is really cool. And lastly, 2 Treasure Cruise. This is basically free. I think you want to have some amount of use for your graveyard since we cast a lot of spells. And I don't think we can go overboard on this. We don't fill our graveyard like, we are not spending cards to fill our graveyard like Consider or Mental Note or whatever it's called, Thought Scour. So Treasure Cruise fills that role just fine, and 2 copies is more or less what I believe is going to be right. In the land slot, we have a lot of basics nodes and then a couple of cycle lands. So cycling lands are awesome because they are like an MDFC, if you don't know what those are. And this also triggers our Improbable Alliances and Ironclad Pyromancers, and that's nice. And makes sure that we don't flood. We use our mana more or less efficiently, but at the same time we don't want to flood, so this really works. And then lastly, Desolate Lighthouse, similar to the cycling lands. This is a way of us using our lands to draw cards and loot away useless stuff. And I don't think you want to go too overboard on the lighthouses. We have a nice mana situation with our basics plus Astrolabe. If we didn't have Astrolabe, then I wouldn't play the lighthouse for sure. Okay, so moving on to the sideboard, we have negates and invasive surgery. Invasive surgery is more or less only against channel, and it's really good. We played that deck yesterday, and it was like very difficult to answer in invasive surgery because you can't ricochet trap it. So that's a really nice sideboard tech against them. And also, if you have delirium, you just strip away all their channels. That's amazing. Negate is another way of answering non-creature spells. Basically, if we want to remove, for example, Flame Slashes, we can bring in negates. It's going to be good against combo and control. Not that there is much control, but that thing happens. And then we have Sweltering Suns as removal tech against, for example, Elves and decks like that. We could play more of those, but I think 1 is fine. We also have Rough and Tumble. This is basically a Pyroclasm that doesn't kill our fairies. And that's why we are playing that version of this. We can also just pay 6 to kill creatures with flying, but that's not the game plan. The game land needs to kill like elves and such. Combust against blue decks. This is basically the best removal spell against them. It can also be really good against white, but the reason is there for the like Delver decks, killing a Tempest Stream without being able to counter, that's nice. Commence the end game, another great card against control and Delver strategies, and that having another threat that can be instant speed, maybe it's something on the way in and all that. And another entrancing melody, great against small creature decks. Again, for example, if our opponent taps out for a threat and we untap and just gain control of it for 3 or 4 mana, that's awesome. Lantern of the Lost against graveyard decks. There are a couple. They're not like super prevalent this season, but there is like Recurring Nightmare combo, and like, having this is nice. It excels our graveyard too, but it draws a card, so kind of checks out. And I think we want to have like mass removal of the graveyard instead of just point and click. You could play like Scrabbling Claws, for example, but that's a bit worse in my opinion because we want to remove all the graveyard of the Recurring Nightmare deck. And then in our wishboard we have Start from Scratch, which is kind of a really bad upgrade. It can deal 1 damage or destroy an artifact, but it's a lesson that's fine. Environmental Sciences, if we need to gain life or find lands or both, really nice. And then Illuminate History, which is kind of cool. You can loot away all the cards you want, and if you have like Threshold, you create a 3/2. It's again, all of the lessons are kind of bad cards, but the reason that they are there is to fetch them when they are good, right? If we don't want to have any of these, we can just loot away one of our useless lands or whatever to try to find something else. And we only have 3 divided by 0, so I don't want to have like 8 lessons. So yeah, that's basically it for the deck. Let's start the league and see how we go. See you there. Oh, okay, starting match number 1 against Phil for Kirill. I don't know what that means. Hope it's not like a bad thing to say. Okay, say good luck for fun. I forgot to mention this deck is also pioneered by Honorbound something, some number, and yeah, we kind of take turns to play this deck. I really like this deck and I think it's really cool. He's had a lot of um, success with it too, so that's nice. Okay, I'm going to keep this and let's see. We can start with like turn 2 Spray Dragon into Astrolabe, try to find a land for counterspell. I think that's nice. That's a nice sequence. We are in the place, so we want to be a bit aggressive. I think that's okay. So we play like Forgotten Cave turn 1. They didn't mulligan, so we'll see. If this is channel, then that's not a great sequence, but maybe, maybe it's fine. Gulan Chasm, that means that's probably the Sultai or Golgari deck, graveyard deck that we were mentioning. They play like a lot of value creatures and Recurring Nightmare. It's kind of a value Recurring Nightmare deck. It's not that they are trying to put a huge thing into play, if that's what they are playing. I have no clue. They also play like Him to Turak, which is annoying. Yeah, it's probably that deck. Okay, let's see. They get Alan Overways, and they mill a Timeless Witness, which is really nice for them. They also play Dread Few, which is a nice duress effect. Okay, so I could hold like Is a Charm and just play the land, like play the land go. Is a Charm stops the Recurring Nightmare. I think I'm going to do that. Next time we can do Astrolabe into Counterspell for sure. I could also loot, but I don't think it's worth it. We have nice cards in hand. Okay, another Satyr, that's fine. I don't think we want to kill a Satyr. Keeping their board clear is fine, but if they had to, then they had to, Okay, they mill one of those. Rotting the Rats, interesting. So I think I'm going to keep the Isa Charm. It counters a couple of things from their deck. They play quite a number of um, how's it called? Non-creature spells. Okay, I could also kill the birds. Yeah, I think I'm going to kill the birds. Just make sure they play one spell a turn. That's a good idea for the counter spell down. And we are doing this just because we have more interaction. Okay, that's nice. Commence the end game. It's a bit early for the end game just yet, but that's okay. We can loot it if we divide it by 0 if we wanted. I don't think we want, but we can. And we are really cracking in for 3 each turn, which is kind of cool. And if they don't do anything, we can also divide by 0 our own Astrolabe for value. Timeless Witness. This could get back like into Turak and all that. I think I'm going to just use this for Tempo. And draw like environmental sciences, probably. Stars from scratch can kill one of these things, but kind of bad. Okay, so we can fetch a land, play it, play the Astrolabe, have counter spell up. Spell Pierce can be useful, so we are really cracking it for 6 each turn. So if they don't have a removal spell for that we can't counter, we're going to be in a great shape. Recurring Nightmare. So with this they can get back no clue. I think I'm going to just use the Spell Pierce now. If you have removal for the Spray Dragon, that's kind of bad, but probably the correct play is to just wait and let them do their thing, like they don't really do much. Okay, so Lantern of the Lost Inn for sure. And some negates might be okay too. They have like, oh, Invasive Searcher can also counter like into Turak and discard. That's kind of just okay. Okay, so let's remove this. Transcend Melody doesn't do much either, since they don't have like big creatures or anything like that. Spell Pierce, sorry, Flame Slash. I don't think I care about the creatures. They are like kind of small. Let me check what they are playing. Okay. Something like this probably? No, this is channel. No. No. Okay, well, whatever. I don't think I care about their creatures and how is a charm for their small creatures. Something like this, maybe? I think so. I think having a gate for the payoffs is fine. They can like just mass discard us into Oblivion too, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, this is fine. We have a couple of payoffs and a couple of lands to cycle if we need to. I'm going to keep this, is okay. We'll see, we'll see. I think I'll just start with tap Sandbar. Let's see if they go for turn 2 thing. How's it called? The Satyr. No birds. And birds, okay. So now it's time to see what we want to do. We can play the dragon and pass, right? Hit for 1. Next turn we can start holding up counters. I think I'm going to do that since I have like a nice sequence next turn with Astrolabe into counterspell. And if they have like in hand the Satyr Wayfinder into Recording Nightmare, we might be in a rough shape. I think that if they had this card, they would have used it, but maybe not. Maybe they wanted to deploy their birds first. Okay, it's okay. No? Him? No. Springloom Druid, okay. Okay, so they only have 2 cards in hand now. We'll probably just leave mana up. And I think I may hold the Astrolabe for the Alliance. Like we can go tap land into Alliance counter next turn. That doesn't give me counterspell, so maybe I just do this so I can have counterspell or negate. They have a lot of mana, so if they have anything, it can be kind of difficult for us. If they don't have anything, they are just hitting me for 1, I don't care about that. So. And I think I counter this just to use my mana. Okay, more tap land. Okay, next time we can start shooting things too. So we play the Astro. And yeah, we don't care about their things. I think I just play the tap land and go. And next turn we can go like Pyromancer cycle or like Alliance Flame Slash or something like that. We'll see. Depending on what they do. They can flash back the Timeless Witness, that's okay. What's this much mana? This is 7, right? They're spending more than that, I think. No, okay. They float the mana, extra mana. Flame Slash can take care of that. So maybe we just go like Brawl Alliance Flame Slash. I think I'll cycle. I want to find like untap lands. Okay, yeah. It's a charm. And this point is not that great. We can use it to cycle later. We can use it to cycle like mill 2 and make a fairy. That's okay. We can wait until we have the Pyromancer so we can kill like a bird or whatever. That's fine. Not that we can counter it, but you know. So we know they have one Blue Chip Thirst in their hand, so we want to make some amount of value off our Pyromancers, but they still have to pay like 4 mana to kill it, so that's okay. We can also counter it, like that might be an okay play. Gitax and Probe, that's nice. So you can do this, pay life for Gitax and Probe, shoot one of their birds. Make a fairy and yeah, sounds okay. And they have a Timeless Witness in hand. Alright, pass the turn. Okay, so Timeless Witness, we can't really counter, we have to just accept the fate of that. Don't think we care too much about taking 1 damage. And I prefer to not give them targets for their things. What's this? Much mana? Did they draw something else? They're paying 7 mana. I don't know what's happening. Maybe they thought they could cast it for the Eternalize cost? I have no clue. We'll see. Do you want to use the negate here? I think so. I think so. It's one of our threats and they don't have anything else in hand, I don't think. They can replay it by buying back the Timeless Witness, but that's very expensive for them. Okay. Just get that back. Okay, Ponder is a nice draw. This. Counter here. This is awful. I think we just shuffle, right? Itax and Pro is okay, and we can mill those cards with Charm, but I think we want interaction. We bolt one of these. We can just live with that in play, I think. So I'm going to keep the land in hand for the Charm. Just start attacking, try to raise them. We still have other threats, so it's not that the Spray Dragon is super important. That's okay. Okay, 4 mana, what's this about? Your Chief Thirst. I can't counter it, that's so lame. Okay, so I think we just loot away this land. Bolt. Okay. The Lonely Slumber is not bad, but I think we just want the counter spell. And we bolt their face. I think we're trying to raise them. Okay, so 2 counter spells is nice. Attack with both. Treasure Cruise would be awesome top deck here. Just calling onto that, manifesting it into existence. I don't want to kill their Timeless Witness, but I might need to since we are kind of getting low. They're winning the race right now, things as is. 7 mana. Hornet Queen, like, no. Divide by 0. Let me think. 0 this. I think we just hold it as interaction. I don't want to give them this yet. I think we go one more turn with taking this amount of life. And if they don't do anything, we can bounce back one of our astrolabes to trigger the alliance. That's okay. Okay, so they just get 1 land there. They play that land. Rotting Rats. It's very annoying. Can bounce that back. Can bounce back my astrolabe. Get astrolabe and environmental sciences. Or even like this. Goes to the face. Get back astrolabe and environmental sciences. We cast sciences, we cast astrolabe, we trigger. We go to 4, we have 4 fairies. We discard like counterspell, that's okay. Wait. Oh, 1 second, be right back. Alright, just an internet blip. So I resolve this, discard the counterspell. Because if I counterspell, they just flash it back, right? It has an earth, and we discard all of our hand basically for free. No need to do that. Now we can gain 2 life, make a fairy where go to 4, we have 4 fairies. And we can block like 1/1s and such. And we still have our draw step plus astrolabe, so we see a lot of cards. Hey, okay. Come on, internet, you can do it. Let's see if this works. Okay, yeah, there we go. Ooh, Treasure Cruise. Great. Do we start there or we go first environmental sciences? Let's start there, see what happens. Okay. Okay, so we have 3 mana here. We have 4 blockers. We block, 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 or something like that. We can use this as a kill spell. So I think we trade the board here. I have a lot of cantrips, so I think I'm going to do Ponder. And not Alliance and Okay, I think I'm going to keep that based on having 2 caves so we can make another ferry. So we have 2 ferries here, 1, 2. We hit for 3, we get 3 back next turn. Close but no cigar. And we have to block here so they can get back something. So I think we just attack for 2. So we have 3 blockers. Or like 4 blockers. Or just all blockers. I think we just have all blockers. We use the Forgotten Gates to trigger the alliance on my opponent's turn. Him to Turak, that's so annoying. Let's make sure we have this. Okay, we keep this a charm, which is one of the worst, but it's okay. I think we keep this on board and just kill the rest. I can kill everything though. Yeah, let's kill everything. So this costs 7, so they can't do that. They can flash this back when we have land to discard. They're kind of back to square one. They probably wait to flash back the rats. Okay, Desolate Lighthouse. I think we're going to do this. That's amazing. So now they have nothing, and we have our engine going. They can still top deck something, but they didn't, so that's good. Okay, we can loot away that land. Make another ferry, attack for 1. Nice. That was a nice top deck. Anyway, and again we can bounce back our Astrolabe to continue triggering our stuff. They draw land. Get back, Illuminate History. Okay, nice, we got there. Let's go to the next match. Alright, match number 2 against Ear Terms. He's a grinder, or they are a grinder, I think he... this is normally, they play like linear legs, so they might be a difficult matchup. I think I'll keep this, it's fine. I'm not sure what they are playing, but pretty sure they play like very linear decks. Like, I think I saw them playing High Tide. We'll see. I'm going to just about turn 2 for the Alliance. Hope everything goes well. Search for a Scant is interesting. Okay. I think I just go very aggressive here. Play my things. Oh wait, this doesn't show. Just play basic to the graveyard. Yeah, this is probably High Tide. Okay. Let's play this, try to find a land. Okay. So we play that land, we have 3. Next turn we can do like hit Exebro. Our life total doesn't matter. And the way this series is probably going to discard this, pretty sure. So I think I'm going to go like so. Don't shuffle. Hold your face. Make a 1/1. Play a land. Yes. We can bounce back the search if you want to. I think it's fine. It's okay. I don't think I bounce that. We'll see. Twin cast. Yeah, they are on high tide. So we'll see how it develops. I don't think they can go off instant speed. I might be incorrect, but you never know. Okay. Can bounce that back. We can just, yeah, it's just pass, I think. Okay. I cycle this, get my triggers. And I think I use my feed action pro to see what's going on. High tide, twinkles, yeah, this is a sorcery, so they can't go off instant speed. The way they win is by copying this infinite times. This excels on resolution, so if you copy this, like it's okay. That's free. Now end of turn, they don't have anything to do, so that's good. Can't I just copy my stuff? Yeah, they can. Okay, they are going to tap me out. Okay. Yeah, I think they win here. Let's just let that resolve. I don't need to show them that they play divide by 0. Just to show you how it works, they generate a lot of mana. They play turnabout. They untap their mana. They play Bond of Insight, hold priority, twincast it, copy it. They get back twincast and they get back twincast and turnabout. Yeah, so they generate mana. They do that again. They mill their entire deck while they're doing that, and they kill us with Brain Geyser. Just to show you how it works. I don't need to see that, but in case you wanted, that's nice. Okay. Okay. Invasive surgery is interaction, like not great interaction, but it's interaction. Lantern can also stop them from doing stuff. All of these in just remove like random junk. And we probably remove like a Pyromancer. So this is a hard matchup because the deck is very linear and easy to, it doesn't require that much to combo off. It looks like a 3-card combo, but the rest of the deck is just card draw. And we can use surgery to counter their bond. Okay, this is fine. We can keep this and go for the Sprite Dragon, I would guess. A bit better in terms of pressure. I can do that plus probe right away. I can also do Imperial Alliance plus probe right away, but I think this puts more pressure right away. Consider high tide, treasure cruise, bond of insight, so they need a twin cast, I think. On next turn, they probably just cantrip. If we can hold divide by 0 for when they do treasure cruise, we're going to be in a good spot. Just play that and pass. Let's see, they go top scour plus consider, that's 1, 2, 5, 6. So I think I need to hold divide by 0. As I have to, I probably will use it aggressively. Like if they don't go for the treasure cruise, I'll do it still. They kept with consider, which is interesting. They might not be going for treasure cruise, or they found like a, okay, yeah. They are not going to cast treasure cruise, will they? Wow, interesting. They already played the land, so I don't care what they can do. Okay, so Ornamental Sciences, so I just cantrip a thing. I think I just cantrip a thing. Okay. We can play Tabland, so next turn we can play like Spray Dragon Press something. So we know they have a Treasure Cruise in hand. Weird that they went for the Treasure Cruise when they knew we had the divide by 0. Okay, so I think I just play the Alliance so we can pump our Dragon. Interestingly, all my creatures are fairies, so I might be able to sneak in like a cheeky fairy payoff. I don't know if there is any, but okay. Commit that. Should I do something about that? I mean, maybe. Tapping out against them is rough, and they have high bond of insight, so I think it's fine. I need to let that resolve. Index and probe, okay. Spell Pierce is interesting. I might, maybe it was correct to hold like Spell Pierce plus divide by 0. We'll see, maybe that was incorrect. I just wanted to put pressure because if you just play the draw go game, they are going to win that. No problems. So, okay, now I think I don't cast the Alliance or the Dragon. Just play with this. Bond of Insights without holding mana. Interesting. I think I counter that with Divide. If they have another counter spell, I can use Spell Pierce. Okay. How about we counter that? This goes to 1, 2, so it's a 3/3. We don't have any reach, so that's a problem. I think I can counter this. And we loot away the Sprite Dragon and try to find more interaction. It's okay, I guess. 3, 4, 5, so that's not good enough. And exile the memory, I guess. Whatever. And I think we play the land. And do we play this? No, I don't think so. So we can use this to cantrip and try to find a counterspell if we need to do that. High tide, okay. Sure. Treasure Cruise, okay. Thought Scour, Counterspell and Treasure Cruise, Bond of Insight. I think we let this resolve since they are not training it. Dig it back, Turnabout and Treasure Cruise. Lantern of the Lost is not great interaction, but it's better than Flame Slash. That's why we are playing it, basically. If we have Chain Lightning, I may... no, maybe I don't. We'll see. Considers on top. Frantic Search. They have Turnabout, so if I counter this, they can still Turnabout themselves and... oh no. I think I let this resolve. This is very difficult, by the way, playing against this deck. Or anything because the Bond mills in Resolution, so if they have like, do they have like Brain Freeze? Maybe. I think I saw like Brain Geyser, but maybe they play also Brain Freeze, which is a great way of just killing us. They go to 1. The disrespect. I don't think we have any. No, we don't have any reach. We let this resolve. I think we just try to stop them from comboing off. I don't think we can, but we're trying to do that. Okay. I don't think I had a good window to use Lantern of the Lost. I probably already have a counterspell in hand, by the way, so this is going to probably not work very well for us. He discarded the counterspell, so probably they know that they win here. Okay, I need to counter this. Oh, I had an infinite amount of money, I forgot about that. Hi Davis. Yeah. Oh no, I could have looted, I forgot about that. I had like 3, 6, 9, so yeah, I could have looted and tried to find something. But it's probably lethal. It's just going to show you how they kill us. Probably with Bring Geyser, I would guess. Like the turnabout, turnabout, turnabout. And Dreamcast plus Bond of Insight is infinite mana too. They can also mill us with Bond of Insight because each player mills 4 cards. So yeah, let's just consider infinite Bond of Insight is also lethal. So GG's. I don't think I had like a great time to use the lantern or whatever. Yeah, I don't think I had a time to do that. Maybe like right away to stop them from having some amount of graveyard so their treasure cruise is dead, but you know, it's difficult. Let's go to the next match. Oh, red match number 3 against D3CO Deco. I don't know. Oops, there we go. Good luck, have fun to our opponents. This hand is clunky. It can work, but it needs some help. I'll keep it. Based on we have Ponder and Vitex and Pros, we go very deep for that. This is probably the Serda deck. No, they don't have Serda, so I don't know what this is. Like a 5-color deck maybe? Okay. With that, should we go turn 1 Astrolabe or turn 2 Sprite Dragon into Vitex and 4? Probably the turn 2 Sprite Dragon, I would guess. I like being aggressive with this deck, but it's not what it's built for, so it's kind of annoying. If this is, okay, at least it's not him to Turak. Is it a mulligan or something? No, they were on the play, just... Okay. Sure. We'll see what they have in hand. Have no clue what I'm playing against. The usual Penny Dreadful experience. Oh, just a control deck, so... They can use Drowning Sorrow to kill my thing. That's annoying. But... Okay, so yeah, this is okay. They are probably playing... Wow. Drowning Sorrow and Day of Judgment. That's kind of crazy. Sure. Okay. Annoying. I think I'll just cantrip away. I could try to counter this with Spellburst too. Yeah, maybe we do that. Play this, play a Tapland. This is an instant though, so they can do it later. But maybe they want to do it now that I'm tapped out. Or tapped low. Yeah. I probably draw two. They make me discard, that's weird. Like I could discard Entrance Melody, it's kind of dead, but I think that's a weird aggressive play. Okay. So I think we start. If I do Ponder, I can't hold up Counterspell, which is annoying. So I'll just play the Astro instead. I'll probably play the Forgotten Cave. It's annoying because it all kills our alliance, which is annoying. Oh wow, that's a good draw. Yeah, let's play this. Hold up double counters, two counters. And Trance Melody can maybe gain control or something. We'll see, we'll see. Like if they play commence the end game, we can steal that for 2 mana, which is kind of nuts. Okay. We know their entire hand. Ponders. Okay. Lose focus is clunky, but it can counter several things. Like if they are storming off or cascading, you can counter two things maybe. Though against the cascade decks, you don't really care about countering their shardless agent really. So okay, island is nice. So you can hold double counters just using this and playing the island. Okay, I think I'll keep this. Let's see, I'm going to have 4 cards in graveyards, but soon enough we'll have enough for the treasure cruise. So I think I'll do like so. I don't think they play this card. It would be weird to play this card and counter spells, but who knows, you know? Okay, Crawling Barrens is pretty annoying. I don't have a way of answering that. And we want to loot. I can loot away this on the land, the Entrance Melody on the land. That gives me enough cards for Treasure Cruise. What's this? You just play that kicked. That's fine by me. Okay, maybe they just wanted to use their lose focus. Okay, so we cycle. We have 6 cards. 6 and 2. We are short. I think I'll just. Yeah, I think I'll plan on cycling the land instant speed in case they have a way of. No, so we can hold counterspell with more mana, basically. Don't think I'm going to counter anything they play, but you know. I really want to resolve this treasure cruise, and if I play, they just kick the lost focus, and they, you know, I need to counter that. Maybe that's not worse, not that bad, right? Let me think. I cycle. I have 6. Cast treasure cruise for 2. I have 2 mana up. They counter. I can't counter because it has replicate. Okay. Yeah. Because they have 2 copies, so if I counter 1 copy, I still have to pay 2. So doesn't really work. And I'm not in a rush to cast this, so I'll do it later. Okay, Dexa Pro is nice. Gives us a little of information. Oust, condemn. Okay. 7. I probably just pass here, like 1 mana, they double kick, that's 2, 4. Yeah. They have to triple keep, sorry, triple kick, but that's okay. I may be able to trade that with something less valuable. Crawling Baron is going to kill me eventually, though. I don't think they're going to start attacking with that, but when they have like a million lands, they will start. Okay. I probably just bounce my Astro. If they don't cast anything useful. They... Mishra's Factory, wow. Weird. Okay. Yeah, I think we just do this. And we loot the melody? Yeah. Okay. So we play the land, we play the alliance. They can counter that, that's okay. They do not. Interesting. Just play this then. Let's see how far they can go. They want to go. We know their hand, and you know the tokens are kind of a problem for them. Are they going to counter this actually? They will be very punished if they do so. We do not have counter spell up, but that's okay. This still triggers the alliance. And we can just pass. We don't have counter up, but I don't care about the cards they have in hand just yet. They can draw something good, that's for sure, but we'll see. Are they going to start attacking? Okay. I think I use my token to block. 4 damage is kind of a lot. And then I can do like Pyromancer cycle. Hit them for a punch. They can oust my Pyromancer. But I think I can deal with that. Just like this. While you have Divide by 0 up. That can... the Divide by 0 can't target the lands, but I don't think they will go for that. Okay. They're really going to start doing that. Interesting. Well, in that case, I just block the 6/6, block the 2/2, and we are fine. Like, this is okay. Do I want to divide by 0 my own astrolabe again? That's a bolt and a token. Yeah, I think so. This is a sorcery too. Illuminate history is close to making a token. I don't have anything I want to loot away. I think I'll just go for the sciences. Okay, let's do that. Now I can just pass the turn. Hold up. Commence the end game. I don't want to overcommit either, so they don't have a lot of value from their Day of Judgment. Fracture. We can counter that. I think I counter that. Just protect my things. That's a weird card to have main deck. It looks funky, but it's kind of not great. Doesn't remove creatures, you know, so. Oust. I think I counter the Oust. So I use my mana because I want to use my commence the endgame soon. Okay, I use that. Oh, that doesn't work. Just gain life. I wrong. Yeah. I wrong XD. Love it. Okay, so we have 9 mana. My math is too bad. Yeah, happens to the best of us. I can use the environmental senses to shuffle. I don't care about any of these though. Just shuffle right away. Do I care about the environmental sciences? I don't think so. Let's just try to find more counter spells. Okay, that's close enough. Bad River, cool. So we know they have Condemn and Day of Judgment. They may use Day of Judgment here. I can bounce it, I guess? Or just let it resolve and do commence the endgame? We'll see. The Wanderer. Prevent all non-combat damage that would be dealt to you. Exile target creature with power 4 greater. What? All non-combat damage that will be dealt to you and all permanents. That does stop the Pyromancer. So if I want to... We know their hand, basically. So I'm going to do this in response. Since we know it's safe. We amass 5 and bolt their face. Yeah, our token dies, but it will still die to condemn, so it's like whatever. Sure. And they have access to 3 white, so I can bounce it and then counter it. That's kind of not great. I think I still play though. This gets prevented. Okay. So I can bounce and counter. That's 5 plus 2, 7. So if I cast like a Ponder, I'm fine. Okay, I think I keep this. I just need 5 mana to do this, so I have enough. Will they really not do anything? I don't think so. I don't think they will go to 1. Okay. So I condemn. Sorry, I divide by 0 that. We go fetch something because we know we have a useless card on top. And now we can counter. And that's GG. That was close, and if they didn't do that Erebos intervention, probably didn't really matter, I don't know. Maybe it mattered. Who knows? Okay, let's go to match number 2 against Esper control. Negates are good. Commence the endgame is good. The rest is kind of all of that is bad. So I'm just going to bring this in. I have all the flame slashes, which I don't like. They are sorcery too. So we have like invasive surgery to bring in for entrance and melody. Is that good enough? Maybe like Lantern of the Lost is okay. I'm thinking I don't remember seeing anything graveyard related. It's just like a cantrip. But no, I think I'm just going to bring the invasive surgery. It's like not great, but better than the entrancing melody. And go for this. For this reason, I like to have like additional win conditions in the sideboard, but this deck already has a lot of win conditions. Or more that I normally put in my decks. In my control decks, of course. That's what it meant. That's what it meant. Okay, so let's see. Paranoia. Alright. Come on, Deco. This hand is. It can work. I think I'll keep it based on having a couple of counterspells, a couple of ponders and good cards. But like we need some lands here. This is a very land light control deck. I thought of putting like Spyfield Hazard instead of like a Flame Slash, but that doesn't really kill much. And for top lands, I already have the other ones. You know. Land. Oh, okay. Let's just hope they don't hold counter spells for our ponders. Okay, tap land, that's. And Duress, okay. That doesn't really change much. They can remove like one of our counter spells, probably the OG counter spell. We'll see. I would remove this in this hand, I think. Yeah. Alrighty. I don't know if I play the Imperial Alliance or the Ponders. Probably just alliances. If I draw land, I can do like Alliance Ponder next turn. That's a great sequence. And if they have the fracture or the Esper charm, that's okay. I don't think they will. They probably keep those, right? Imperial Alliance is a difficult card to respond to them, right? They need to kill the tokens and the card itself. So if they have like more of those effects, Maybe they bring those in. I don't know. Maybe. Okay. This is Esper Charm killing my alliance. I would guess. No, discard 2 cards. Okay. Discard the surgery and a ponder. I would guess. Weird that they didn't go for this alliance. It's annoying for them. Really annoying. Okay, that's nice. So I think I just play the alliance on the land again. Just having 2 alliances is very difficult for them to come back from, and they had the Esper Shaman already used it. If they have again this card, we just discard the ponders and try to top deck our way to victory. Seems like they do have a fracture. Okay. Let's see. T-Cruise. You're not that far away from that. Start with Ponder. Is a charm. They are missing land drops. Is a charm is awesome. So I think I do Gitax and Program and miss the land drop. Or maybe I can just draw all of this with Ponder. But I'm burning through my things. So do we want to use Gitax and Pro? We have 4, 5, 6, 7. So if we but we don't have blue for that. So all right, sorry, I was thinking aloud. So I'm going to keep this and see their hand. Oh. See what we are working against. And they have Oust, Elspeth's Nightmare, really annoying. Probably counter that and negate. Okay. So we missed a land drop too, but we don't need it right away. So now we counter that because we don't want them to dress us basically. And now we have 7 cards in graveyard for the Treasure Cruise. And I will use all my cards in graveyard because I don't know what I'm going to draw. Okay, that's interaction. Next turn we can go Alliance into Ponder probably. We need more blue. We are only drawing red right now. Kind of annoying but understandable. Take edge. What does this do? 4 more lands, okay. I thought about putting this because answering the Barrens is difficult for our deck. Like, it's fine. Oh, blue, that's good, that's good. So I have negate and oust. I don't think this makes like annoys us too much. I can bounce the negate, like play alliance, bounce the negate. I don't trigger the alliance this turn though. Maybe just use the ponder without playing the land, maybe they counter that. I think that's fine. Okay, that's a nice set of cards, and yeah, we'll keep this. Also, a lighthouse is of alright. So we play land, attack for 2. And I'll keep the astrolabe so we can use it that next turn. They're missing land drops too, or rather they are top decking lands, so they will not use this deck edge, I don't think. Okay, let's just attack now. Now we just play the lions. They negate that, that's okay. And I will not play the lighthouse because they can take edge stats. Not that I care too much about that, but I prefer not to give them the option. Yeah, that's okay. So divide by 0 there didn't work because it bounces the negate, so they can cast it again. And it's like, I don't really care about resolving my divide by 0. It's better when you use it as a time walk, you know. Oh, negate is a nice draw. So we attack for 4. Just cycle this and see what we draw. I'll play the lighthouse. What's this? Okay. Yeah. So playing against my deck is kind of difficult because we attack on so many different angles. Like you need to have like answers to whatever this is. Okay, I'm going to draw here. Yeah, I can hold negate or counterspell. Sure. You need to have answers to this, answers to tokens, answers to the sprite dragons, you know. So it's difficult to have. Like you want host, I don't know, against this game, for example, Oust is really bad, or Blood Shifters is really bad. And like if they use Oust now, they are very weak against Spray Dragon, for example. They are kind of hard pressed to use that anyway, so. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. So you only have one card in hand, and I don't think I need to hold that much interaction. Can just pass like this, hold this loot effect. I don't need to have that many fairies right now. Like you can use this on your main phase to create another token, but that's tapping out too aggressively. Like that right now, right? They don't play anything, so I just do this. They may have fracture, and that's could be bad for us. Fourth, okay, that's also bad for us. Okay, Dobin Banish. Gain life, draw card. This is dead. The lands are whatever. Lose focus is annoying. I think I go like lands and Dobin ban against counter and wanderer. That means that if they pick this, they have Dobin ban, but they don't have a way of protecting it. And if they keep lose focus and wanderer, I don't really care about the wanderer, and the lose focus is like the best card there. Yeah, I think that's fine. And they kept the Dobin, okay. But we have like a lot of answers to a Dobin ban. A lot of answers to Dobin ban. I think I counter this. It's not good, but it gains life. So I can just bounce it. I don't even want to loot. I will just pick like a land, the land from thing. Though knowing their hand, right? Maybe just loot away a divide by zero astrolabe. No, I just pick the stars from scratch. That's lethal. That's easier. Astro, okay. So yeah, now we just go attack with the fairies and start from scratch with 4 counters backup. That would be GG. 1 damage to you. And that's game. See you next one. Alright, match number 4 against Carpeted Kitchen 33. What a weird name. So we're gonna have fun and start on the play. Let's see what we can do. Close hands. I don't think it's keepable because we don't have ways of casting our Astral recently. This is better. I'm going to keep it and send a land probably to the bottom. Send the Lighthouse and start with Sandbar turn. I think that makes sense. I'm not enamored with the Desolate Lighthouse. I think there might not be great, but we'll see later how it goes. So against Elves, we don't have main deck Rats, which is annoying. We do have a couple of ways of cleaning creatures, like key creatures. Okay, let's see what they have. Imperious Perfect, Visionary, Imperious Perfect. Okay, so they don't have much. They can play turn 2 Imperious Perfect, that's kind of really good. We would like to have a way of answering that. This. The problem is, if I kill that, they can still play another one. But that's okay. We can bounce it later, like maybe block and bounce next turn. But probably need to bounce it right away so they don't make a token. We'll see in due time. I'll just attack for 1 now. No need to keep that as a blocker since they are going to have it as a 2-2. And maybe they just fear the counterspell. That's something that may happen too. I don't think it will, but maybe. Elvish Archruid, okay. That's higher upside. Come on, give me a counterspell. Ponder is fine. We can start with that, see what we find. I can still use the divide by 0 as a bounce. That's at least, well, we know more or less their hand. Like counterspell would be nice if we had the lands, but we don't. And the second treasure cruise is like really bad, so I'm going to shuffle actually. Spirit Dragon is interesting. So I can bounce the Elvish Archdruid. They have 5 mana, they can play like the Archdruid again and a Visionary. And we don't have anything to go fetch that matters right now. Like Illuminated History is whatever. I can't go fetch that sadly. We can loot away the Spray Dragon, try to fill the graveyard for the Treasure Cruise. That would be 5 cards. Or maybe I just play the bullet and play the Spray Dragon and attack. And next turn we can try to do something different. If I do that, they are going to cast the Imperial Perfect and this and whatever else they had drawn. They are going to have a lot of mana too. Yeah, I think I need to do this now, sadly. And none of this really matters. They are going to have how's it called? A Lord no matter what, so I think I'll just loot the Spray Dragons a bit slow. And now we have 5, so we can pay 3 to draw 2, 3, sorry. Hopefully we find something else to do. I would prefer to pay only 1 mana for my treasure cruises. They repay the Archdruid, and probably they pay the Visionary, I would guess. Okay. What do I do here? I think this can help me grind a lot. Let me check if I know what else plays. I'm not sure what's their win condition, like if they have something similar to a Crater Hoof. Or if it's just all lords. Yeah, it seems to be all lords. Like Elvish Clan Caller is a great way of doing that. You know, getting lords and lords and lords. And they have one in way to kind of a way of finding more creatures. I think we just played 2 of these alliances. And next turn, if I tap out at least for treasure cruise, we get a couple of things. And I think I'll attack so I can hold back at least the lords next turn. If we have like 5 tokens, we can block like an archdruid or whatever, so they will not be able to play that. Just hope they don't have card draw in their hand right now. Difficult, but maybe. Okay. It's a nice deck. I think it's like close to being really good. Like I would like it if they had like better payoffs. Like making your elves be 2/2s instead of 1/1s is all fine and cool, but for being a linear deck, that's like in which turn you're killing, right? I don't think this deck kills really fast. Oh, sorry about that. I don't think this deck kills really fast, so we'll see though. We'll see. I don't have internet. Give me a second. My internet is being very clunky lately. I don't know why. There we go. What's this? Oh wow, they what happened? Oh my god. They played Union Elites, another druid, missionary perfect, okay. Other things are 4/4s. We get that. So yeah, we cycle this, make tokens. We are dead, I think. Maybe not. Maybe you can use the divide by 0 to bounce something. 4 mana, what's this? The Elvish champion, okay. They don't have like good mana sinks. They just need to hope to draw their things. Like I don't know, weird. So I think we're dead here. The attack with all. Like I can bounce a lord, for example this one. I need to only one gets through, so I can't kill the. Yeah, this is lethal. Okay. So that was a turn 6. It's like not that fast, right? That's what I mean. We played Channel the other day and it was like so much faster than that. And they don't interact with the board in any way, so I don't know if if it makes sense to have that. No. Oh, this one's too. Okay, so let me check real quick. Against us, Dryad Militant does some stuff. This no, this no, this probably they bring this in. Okay. Drowsy Melody seems fine as a way of removing like maybe a mana dork or something like that. Comments the endgame is a bit slow. Spell Pierce, not great. And we need to remove one more, I think. 2 more, okay. I don't think we need another treasure cruise. 1 is fine, but 2 is a bit... Yeah, something like this I would guess. May I keep the treasure cruise and remove the sprite dragon? I don't think they bring in Dryad Militant. This is not an elf, and I don't know, they didn't even see my treasure cruiser so far, so. Okay, so the game plan here is to draw my removal spells and Pyroclasm effect. Well, this does have Pyroclasm effects, but we can't play, so we are going to mulligan. I like to play my cards. Oh, this is fine, we have a lot of cantrips. Skip. Send probably a Lonely Summer. We can cycle this. No, I think we keep the 2 Sandbars just in case. Let's start by looking at their hand. Okay, they have the clan colors, which are the best lords they have. Okay, so I think we play the Lonely Summer. The problem is they can play a turn 2 Elvish clan color, but this doesn't pump itself, so they can also play this. I think I get Exam Pro first. Okay. Ponder. Is that good enough? I don't think so. It's just too much air. Let's play that. Yeah, so this is not panning out great. I think we have like a nice plan against them. It's just that okay, it's not working out. So oh, we shuffle, of course. Okay, and we'll do this again. Playing live. We can start countering stuff at least. Soldering Suns next turn. Okay, so we 5 cards. So we have these 5. Alright, so I think the Soldering Suns is going to kill their stuff no matter what. Let's see, win an elite. This dies. It's okay. And if they just play a clan color, I'd probably just let that resolve. Like this, that's fine. Oh, they have the Elvish Archdruid, so they have a lot of mana too. Clan color, that's okay. Clan color, this is going to be a 3-3, so this is still fine. Because these die first and then the rest die, so that's okay. I think they overcommitted because they died to Soldering Suns. They have the winning way to refuel, but that's okay. Yep. Let's see what they draw. Okay, they drew a lot. Nothing that they can play right now, like Elvish Visionary is fine. I can start countering 1 spell a turn since they don't have acceleration. Ooh. We can play that and hold counter spell. That's a great draw. We need to find a cantrip now. And I'll counter anything they play because I don't know if I'm going to be able to kill it with Pyromancer. Just hope they don't have more card draw. Okay. Well, at least I can play my alliance. Next time we can start looting for bolts and creatures. And they don't seem to have any way of answering our Pyromancers. I don't think they play any decent chance for the alliance either. I counter this, I think. I just want to use my mana against them. Okay, they do play Return to Nature. That's weird, honestly. Like, they shouldn't be caring about my 1/1s. That it's not going to win the game for them. Okay. I think I wait on that, right? We can steal like this, for example. Oh, stealing this doesn't do much. But stealing this also doesn't do much, so whatever. Okay. Almost any the rest of the cards in our deck does cantrip, so sadly this is symmetrical, so if we steal this, they still get +1/+1 and forest walk. Oof, nice draw. Pew 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 pew. Awesome. Okay, so we can play Alliance and hold divide by 0. This is looking fine for us. We want to bounce that. Doesn't really do much, and just let it that resolve. Next turn bounce like the thin corners and shoot this by discarding whatever. Or that. That's a bit better, yeah. Yep. That's okay. Okay. I can steal this if I want to. I don't think it matters that much. I'm going to just pass. Yeah. Yeah, they were like very in a rough shape. I don't think it's correct to have Return to Nature against us. Like, yeah, it was good that in that specific moment where I had like 6 lands, nothing else, and Imperial Alliance as an only way of looting, so to trigger my other Iron Grab Pyromancer, but it's so niche situation, so weird. I don't think it's correct to have that. So, okay, so negate doesn't seem that bad, but I don't know. I don't think so. I think that's fine. And the Spray Dragons, I just remove them because they are like just threats. I think we are the control deck. I am fine having them in the main deck, but I don't want to play negate in this game. They have like 4 non-creature spells, so that doesn't make that much sense. Even though their winning way are awesome, I don't think we want to have like specific answers to that. Okay, well this works for me. Skip. And I don't know if I need to do Need Pro just yet. Probably just I don't need that. We can wait. Maybe we draw like one of our 2 mana payoffs and we can use them a bit more efficiently. Visionary is fine. I don't really know why they play Visionary. Like, yeah, I know it's an elf that cantrips and all that, but there should be something better to do. Okay. And now I'll just pump this up. I'll say 1 for the Pyromancer. Wrapping Vigor, okay. Interesting, good to know. Archdruid. I think I want to use Gitax and Pro because... No, wait, next turn we are going to probably just go Pyromancer shot something with the Pro, and they can't hold the Wrapping Vigors. So we are just going to attack here. I believe they are going to just play the Archdruid. That would make the most sense. If they just hold Wrapping Vigor, they are not advancing the board. So that would be weird. Yeah, they play Archdruid. Now I can do land Pyromancer, shoot the Druid. I think I'll play the Mountain just to have access to Soldering Sons. Okay. We play the Lady of Pain. Both that. Okay, so they have 5 cards in hand. 5. Okay. They also have an Elvis champion. Okay, another druid. I need to find a way of killing that. I prefer to cantrip, but if I need to use the flame slash, I'll use it. I can do flame slash, hold the Isa charm. Okay, like that. We were lucky in drawing our removal. It's not that we have that much removal, honestly. But well, as you see, we have a plan against that, and removals work against this linear deck, and the other linear decks don't need to be, hoping to untap with a rare creature. So I don't know exactly why would we play this. Like I don't see a reason to play Elf Ball. It's like, of course, it's cool, it's fine, it's interesting, but I think that as far as linear strategies go, this is kind of not that good. Okay, I tried not to offend anyone with that, with saying that, but it's what I believe. So, whatever. Let's see you in the next match. All right, match number 5 for the 4-1. Yeah, for the 4-1. If we win against Garcia Edu, say good luck fun to my opponent. So did I pick the right time? Yeah, I did. I don't know why this version doesn't have the symbol of lessons, right? I have no clue. But yeah, we'll see what we face against whenever our opponent decides to start playing. Okay. So I guess this is a good moment as any to remind you that you can interact with the video in any way, shape, or form. Leave a like, comment, insult me, anything you want. That helps the algorithm and all that, so would appreciate it. Yeah. Also, I heard that Vintage Masters starts going on Magic Online today, so maybe I can get some recordings of that. I really like that format; it's really fun. Kind of powerful, but at the same time, not very complicated. So I like it. I hope that I can make some videos out of that. Looks really fun. Okay, you know what? I'm going to pause here and return if my opponent decides to start playing. Alright, it appears that my opponent didn't actually start to play, so we are playing against Leo Torresin. His hand is clunky, but we have a couple of cantrips, so it's not that bad. I think I'm going to keep it and cycle the Lonely Number turn 1. Trying to set up like turn 1 this, turn 2 this plus cycle. Sounds like a good idea. Just hope it's not high tide. If it's high tide, I don't know. I think I need to be aggressive. Okay, that's not high tide. Okay. Have no clue what I'm playing against. That's only because it has reach. So I can't really attack with my Spray Dragon. I think I'm going to play it nonetheless. Next turn we can play a Roll Alliance plus Astrolabe or something. Get my Spray Dragon up to a 3-3 and eventually start attacking. Maybe like Madness? Normally that card is played in Madness aggro, but... And then Madness usually is blue-green, but... I don't know what cards that deck has that makes it playable. They're not attacking? Okay. So they could have a counterspell, but like if they have circular logic, they need to fill their graveyard first. So I think it's more or less safe to do this. And if they had removal spell, they would have used it while I'm tapped out. They don't need to make it. Okay, that seems to be resolving. No. Okay. Maybe like frantic search plus something. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely some form of madness deck. Maybe like Arrogant Worm and all that. Circular Logic. Okay, okay, okay. That's nice. They can counter this unless we pay 2. We do not pay 2. That's okay. Yeah. Also, that's very cool because they don't go down on lands either or on cards either. I will not attack here. My creature is growing bigger than the Nose Constrictor by the hour, so no need to trade with 2 cards right now. I can wait. Another Constrictor. Okay. They don't attack. Alright. Okay, so they might have another Zero Logic that would trade with any spell that I cast. Basically, I can't really play around it. I'm just going to accept my fate. Okay, that resolves. That's interesting. Creature is a 4/4. Again, we are just trying to outgrow my opponent. And next turn we can go like Astrolabe and start holding up counter spells. Okay, Mongrel. That's like the Nose Constrictor is like an improved Mongrel. They are missing land drops, which is fine for us. Let's start with this. Trigger our things. I could attack. Oh, that makes it easier. Understanding what they have in hand. Playing around what they have is really, really difficult, so Vitex Pro is such a huge boon. Okay, they have deep analysis to discard. Okay. So let's say if I attack with this 6/6, they can double block and like discard some stuff. I need to discard like, yeah. Oh wow, they didn't like it at all. Okay. Yeah, I was going to use divide by 0 if they double block. That's basically my game plan there. Okay, combust. I don't think they play many blue creatures. Like maybe a Poniva, but that's really bad. So Entrancing Melody looks fine. Lantern of the Lost. Perhaps. It's probably better than Commence the Endgame. And I can probably cut something else. Spell Pierce, perhaps. I have no idea what I'm playing against, to be frankly honest. I'm trying to see, right, what should we do. Like, Spell Pierce might be useful in if you end up trading spells, like in a counter battle. Flame Slash is nice. Is the charm's a bit worse, but you will always trade with something, probably. And I like the entrancing melody, so maybe I just bring in like one entrancing, one lantern, or maybe I just cut the lantern for the spell pierce, honestly. This is like fine. I prefer yeah, I think I like that. I think my mind deck is more or less fine. There aren't many cards that are like bad against them, so. Okay, this hand is balls. I'm going to mulligan. This is a bit less balls. I think we can keep this. We at least have a couple of Lancestors playing. Probably just send the Spell Pierce to the bottom. Divide by 0 can help us fix our mana eventually. I think I wait for the probe. I can do it next turn. It's about for a 2/2, sure. That doesn't really help. Who did the Hydra? Okay. So they get a 6/6 for 4 mana. This is similar to Roar of the Worm, I guess. But with trample, so better. The size of the Nile is really, really strong. I love this card. Frantic Search and Nose, okay. I think I just play the land and pass. At least we can play lands. We are not adding anything to the board, but eventually we'll find some blue or an astrolabe. I can maybe try to counter my astrolabes, but let's see. I know they have decisive denial. I don't think they will counter that. We'll see. Maybe they do. Hopefully, they. Luckily for us, they didn't. So now we know they have this denial. I don't want to tap out for like improbable alliance. I think. Okay, this token has no mana cost, so we can't bounce it with divide by zero. Annoying. We can use. Okay, we know that probably this Sprite Dragon is going to resolve, and we can try to go and roll alliance into Ponder next turn. They can use the decisive denial to kill it, I guess. But I don't really care about my Sprite Dragon, I prefer my improbable alliances. And I have the entrancing melody for the tokens, so that's fine. Okay, they use the decisive denial as we expected. Will they loot this Hydra? I probably wouldn't. I should use this for the frantic search. Well, now anyway, they can do it if they want to do that. Okay, as far as we know, this is the hand they have. So it's not very probable they have another counterspell. Just play this. If this resolves, I use my Flame Slash. I can really do Ponder because I don't have double blue, but okay, maybe they are trying to fish for a counterspell. We'll see. Arrogant Worm and Wonder. Okay. So just play the worm. It's a 4/4. We can kill it though. I'm going to kill that, I guess. Has trample. Wonder, it's probably not good enough against us. We don't have many ground blockers, so they probably shouldn't be having that unless they want like a 4-mana 2/2 flyer. Okay. They discard the Hydra to cast it, probably to embalm it. Okay, discard this 2. Oh, it's white, I didn't know that. Okay, so we ponder. Flame Slash. We can, in a couple of turns, Flame Slash plus Iset Charm, or I can do Iset Charm right now. I don't know if it's good enough. Like I can get the island now. Use the divide by 0 against their nulls. Take 6. Next turn I do Flame Slash plus Iset Charm. And kill the Hydra. They get 2 nuices probably. They have this one. I believe they do. So that's I take 6. I go to 4. No, sorry, to 5. So I'm still dead on board. I can go fetch like Illuminate History for a blocker or Environmental Sciences for life. Is that good enough? I'm going to have also a token. I forgot about that. So that makes it a bit better, I believe. So yeah, let's make it no. Always yield. Play the thingy. And now I will use the the divide by 0 against something, I don't know. We'll see. Sadly, I can target the token. That would be awesome. If this was revealed, that would be so much better, but it isn't. So, okay. They were tapping mana, so I believe they do have something. Just champ block now, and then divide by 0 whatever they play now. Water from Bouncer. Wow, that's blast from the past. Sure. Maybe they don't have a Nose Constrictor in hand. Just remove their discard outlets. And I think if I loot, I can get a token next turn because I have the Cycle Land. And I have like 2 mana for Reset Charm, 1 mana to Flame Slash, 1 mana to Cycle. Okay. Alright, so we start with Flame Slash here. 2 damage here. This needs to resolve. Of course, if they have any interaction, we just lose. No way around that. Oh wow, they didn't have it. Interesting. I thought for sure they had. So I make a token. Now they can bounce it if they want to, but they need to discard. And if they don't have a something free to discard, then that's okay. Yeah, they replay that. We knew about that. Do they have another one? Yeah, they do. Okay. Okay, I can bounce something, make a token, discard the Spray Dragon. I make a token, they bounce. So yeah, I think I need to do that. Just bounce this one. Loot away the dragon, make a token. Alright, Probable Alliance is not the worst. Okay, they do bounce. They don't have lethal by a hair because they could discard a card to bounce my token and then put all their cards here, but that doesn't really make it because I need 4 cards for that, and they had 3. Okay, now we need to find a cantrip. That would be nice. They have another 2/2. We are in a rough shape. Okay, we don't play it. Okay, so I can play this cycle. I get 2 tokens. Nice. Probably should have tapped correctly, but that's fine, I guess. I prefer not. You shouldn't be tapping your snow mana so aggressively. If this doesn't resolve, I believe we just lose. Because, or maybe I can find like a removal spell or something. Okay, my opponent's tanking. I believe they have a counter spell, and they are debating whether to counter this or not. I believe that if they counter this, I don't have a way of coming back. But they don't know that. Depends on what they have in hand, right? Oh, my internet connection went off. I don't know what's happening with my internet connection, maybe. It's working really, really bad. Okay. Be right back. Alright, so this resolved. Let me cast my... Yeah, I know. Cast my Ponder. I start. Okay. Okay, Pyromancer is very strong. Treasure Cruise is strong, and Counterspell is like whatever. So they make 2 tokens, they bounce one and kill me. Right? But maybe they don't see the line. So yeah, just keep this. Don't shuffle, make tokens. Like their play is to bounce a token, then untap bounce another token, discard the card they drew for turn to play this into five power, and that's enough. But maybe they don't see it. No. Oh, they let me block. What? What? That was weird. They had lethal. Maybe they were playing against removal spell of some sort. Okay, so now I can play the Pyromancer, draw 3, make 2 tokens, kill a thing. He can bounce it in response, but again, we are playing against... We are trying to play around, you know, they might not do that. You can bounce this in response to this, and then I just have tokens and I can't kill them. Okay. It should bounce in response. Okay, that makes sense. Yep. We draw 3. Have 2 tokens. I know if they just attack, they win, but again, we'll just make them do that. Okay, see it. Alright. So we saw more of their deck, like the Hydra was really good and we don't have a good answer to that. Well, we have the Entrancing Melodies, which are awesome. I don't think it's a negate matchup. Maybe Sweltering Suns is okay. Lantern of the Lost was fine too. And this might be okay. I think I just removed the Izzet Charms, maybe like a couple of Spray Dragons for something like this. I need to be more controlling, and Lantern of the Lost is fine. It can snipe one of the Hydras, which is one of the things that I'm scared of. Oof. Is this good? I don't think so. I think we need more removal here. Okay, that's alright. Skip and send a land. And just play the turn 2 Spray Dragon probably. You can play Spray Dragon Hold Divide. Bye 0 has been pretty good. I don't think we have a nice, like a good wish board. It's okay. But it might be like just fine. Okay. Oh wow, that's a nice draw. So I think I'm going to do that instead. Just playing this, pump. Play the land, play the ponder, pump. Make a token. Alright. Flame Slash is really nice. And we have another Forgotten Cave to trigger that thing. So like, yeah. Don't shuffle, make a token. And I don't want to attack because, again, discarding 2 cards doesn't seem so good. Next turn we can do Flame Slash and then attack. Bouncer, okay, we can probably kill that instead. I think we just play the land so we can hold Divide and kill that. so they can't bounce my tokens or Spray Dragon. And now I attack, and if they discard their hand to the news, we can bounce it in response. Oh wow, they're going to go for that. Interesting. Wonder, sure. Good Walla, that's a nice draw. Okay, and now I bounce it in response. They might have a counterspell, but even if they do, they are kind of in a rough shape. Okay, that resolved. Good to know. So start from scratch can kill the root Walla if they are tapped out. Environmental sciences. It's like whatever. I can loot away that cave too to make a token. Now this is 7 or more cards. I'm going to have 3, possibly 4, 5. If I lose something there. I think I just loot to make a token. What? Oh, I drew this. Okay, sure. And they can block the root Walla, and if they pump it, that's alright. They spend their whole turn doing that instead of casting Honored Hydras or Honor. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Alright, that's a nice draw too. We know they have a Noose Constrictor. Maybe they are just blocking the tokens? No idea. I'll pump here and attack. Okay, they have a counterspell, that's okay. Frantic Search rather. Okay, so they can use Wonder to block my tokens, I guess. Oh, I have no clue what happened. Alright, well, for one, let me check right here. Okay, yeah. For one, with this deck, I'm pretty happy. I think the deck is fine. We had, wow, that's a low opponent match win percentage, but I think we lost against a really bad matchup. We need to figure out how to play that deck, against that deck at least. And the rest of the matchups were interesting too. Overall, I think I liked this build. I'm not sure about let me just real quick check the Honorbound deck list. They play like 2 new missing Perums, which is an awesome card, but at the same time very clunky. I can show you, but it's 6 mana and very difficult to cast. So they have to play like Volatile Fjords, which I don't like, tap lands in this deck. They play also Desperate Ravings, which is a nice way of triggering your things on the opponent's turn, but it's like kind of, clunky. I don't really like it. And for the rest, they also play like the Dragon Shackles, which is pretty cool. And main deck Soldering Suns, which I believe is a meta call. You can play it, you can not play it, depends on what you think. So yeah, overall, I think I like it. I need to figure out the sideboard plan. I have like at least 3 cards I want to play in my sideboard: Start from Scratch, Illuminate History, and Environmental Sciences. I think Illuminate History is fine. It looks clunky, but again, it's fine when you need it. It's going to be good. So yeah. So again, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next video. Cheers.